مساكم الله بالخير. اليوم حلقتنا مميزة، وإن شاء الله طبعا تكون مميزة بسبب وجود أشخاص صراحة مميزين في عالم كرة القدم، مو في الريجن مالنا أو المكان اللي حوالينا، هم في دول العالم مميزين جدا. عندي اليوم أشخاص للأمانة شرفونا وأيضا رفعوا من شأن الكرة في العالم، خاصة إذا تكلمنا عن الرياضة النسائية في كرة القدم. هم من الولايات المتحدة، يمثلون الولايات المتحدة عن طريق مكانهم في الوقت الحالي كمبعوثين للرياضة لدى الولايات المتحدة، ولهم مشاريع كثيرة راح نتكلم عنها إن شاء الله اليوم. أول ضيفة راح تكون، خلوني أعرف عنها، اللي هي لوري فير، مديرة البرامج في مشروع تشارلز ثيرون لدعم الشباب ومبعوثة رياضية لوزارة الخارجية الأمريكية. رياضتها طبعا مثل ما قلت لكم كرة قدم نسائية. أهم إنجازاتها طبعا ساعدت لوري فريق كرة القدم للسيدات البطولات الوطنية في أعوام 1999 1997 1996. مديرة برامج لمشاريع تشارلز ثيرون للتواصل مع أفريقيا، ومتطوعة كمبعوثة رياضية لوزارة الخارجية الأمريكية. بالإضافة إلى ذلك هي عضوة في تأسيس منظمة كيك أباوت، وهي من المؤسسين في هذا المجال. الضيفة الأخرى اللي هي صراحة هم بعد من اللاعبات السابقات المهمات صراحة، تيفاني روبرتس، هي مدربة فريق كرة القدم النسائية في جامعة سنترال فلوريدا UCF. طبعا رياضتها كرة قدم النسائية. أهم إنجازاتها حائزة على الميدالية الذهبية الأولمبية، وأيضا بطلة كأس العالم وبطلة الرابطة الوطنية لرياضة الجامعة مرتين، ومدربة رئيسية لفريق في كرة القدم النسائية في UCF في مايو 2013، فائزة بجائزة أفضل مدرب في المؤتمر الرياضي الأمريكي 3 مرات. طبعا لما أقول مثل هالمقدمة معناته أنا لازم أتكلم وياهم في الإنجليزي، فمع اللي يعذروني اليوم راح أتكلم معاهم في الإنجليزي، وراح يكون إن شاء الله في ترجمة لكم إن شاء الله، وتستأنسون إن شاء الله وتستفيدون إن شاء الله في لقائنا اليوم. First of all, welcome to Kuwait.
Thank you.
How are
Thank
you?
you for having us. We're doing great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is our pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being in your country for the first time for both of
both
us.
of us. Yeah.
But for you, I think it's no problem. I mean, as a similarity of weather.
Yes, when I got off the airport, I
Yeah.
said, oh, it's like I'm home, the
Yeah.
same hot weather.
So you are from Florida.
Yes,
So you live there.
I live there currently.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just, introduce yourself.
Sure.
Let's, this is your camera. Who are you?
I'm Tiffany Roberts Sahadak,
Yes.
and I'm currently the head coach of the University of Central Florida women's soccer team.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
How many gold medals?
Gold medals. I have 2 gold medals. One from 1996,
So
and
what,
then
the World Cup.
well, that was a World Cup in 1999.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? The Olympic Games?
1996 was the first women's soccer team ever to play in the Olympics. So we made history that year in 1996.
It's a big history.
It was big.
United States, if you go for soccer, for women's soccer, they are the best. Still, if you go for number, for the history,
Yes.
you are still the champions.
Yes, and what's really exciting about women's football though is, the last World Cup we did not win.
I know
right?
that. I know, no problem.
Right, but
Yeah.
what's exciting is that I think for being part of the U.S. in the early years, we help pave the way for other countries to promote women's football in the rest of the country. And you could see the result of promoting other women in other countries is
Yeah.
that they become just as good and now better,
Competitors.
right? Which is okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is
it's part of,
it's a good for the football.
it's
so.
great for football.
Yeah, very good. What about you? Just this is your
Quick
camera. Just say,
introduction.
yeah. I did the introduction in Arabic, so I need from you also just to let you know the viewers know who are you.
Yeah, my name is Lori Fair Allen. I am a former national team player along with my teammate here, Tiffany.
Yes.
And currently I work in Southern Africa with organizations that work with young people and social development.
Very good.
Mostly South Africa.
Very good. So you stay there all the time, or
Oh, I live in California.
yeah?
It's funny, last week my kids were on holiday and we went out to Palm Desert. So
Wow.
I feel like when I got off the plane, I was like, oh, this is the continuation of my holiday.
So it's again, you have also the achievements. You have golden medal and gold medal in Olympic Games. How many one? You have one or two?
I have two medals, one gold medal, one silver medal. The silver was from Sydney in 2000.
Sydney. Ah.
Yeah. And the gold was from 2004, but I was an alternate. And then we were both on the team that won the World Cup in 1999.
Very good. You
Yeah.
guys are a champion.
Thank you. We've
so
been teammates for a very long
We-
time.
we
I
have
am a
been
little bit
teammates.
jealous, because I have only one, bronze medal in Asian Games.
That's
When I
very-
was, I'm a former goalkeeper for the
Yes,
national team.
we know.
We know.
So yeah, I mean, it's having like this, achievement. It's really good, even as a history.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in your chest like
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
If you talk about it, it's very
Yeah.
good. So
We're proud of it.
Yeah, and when you celebrate, like when people ask you, what's it like to win the World Cup? And yes, the pressure's big, but everybody remembers when they're kids and when they play a game and they win a championship. That feeling, I feel like it's the same whether you're a kid and you've just won your first tournament or when you're an adult and you win something.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
So you can compare, you can say, oh, that's the World Cup, that's a big deal. But to that kid, winning that tournament is just as big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's the feeling is still the same.
Sometimes your action become as a kid. Because of the feeling of achievement. If you get the champion or you get the gold
Yeah.
medal, so you will not feel that you are in the place you like, child or
Right.
even the way of
Right.
celebrate.
Yeah.
So
And you
yeah.
did it together. It's like an achievement that started a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's the end point of it. And
I-
also the beginning of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will talk more and deep in the coming, in the show. But first of all, it is, as I said, it's a honor to have you with us. This is first. You have representing the U.S. on the field, and now you are representing something, more, even bigger of the field of social responsibility. I know it's a transition from soccer to transition is not easy. And I need to know what inspired you to get involved in social responsibility after your soccer career. So this question for you both.
I can speak for myself. When I was growing up playing soccer, I didn't know where it would take me.
You don't know from the beginning, for sure.
Well, we never know, right?
Yeah.
And when I grew up playing, and then all of a sudden I was very young and I was placed on a national team, and I had these amazing women around me that were pioneers of the sport
Yeah.
and women's sports in general and broadly. And then it also takes you around the world. And so I wouldn't have been able to travel the world without being a soccer player.
Yeah.
And when you go around the world, you start to realize, even though like I grew up and there were some hardships, you go around the world and you think, I actually am pretty fortunate to grow up in the United States to two parents who allowed their daughters and sons to play all
Yes.
sports,
Yeah.
music, like the arts, the culture, everything, but they allowed us to play soccer.
Yeah.
And so when I was traveling, it was sort of an overlap. Throughout my whole soccer career, I always felt like there's lots of places that don't have that don't have the opportunity to play, that
Yes.
don't have
Yes.
the right to play, that don't have,
The
and it's just
environment,
play.
the
And
environment.
children,
Access.
and children access, right? And
Yeah.
children, they need to play. All children need to play.
Yeah.
And so it was an easy transition out. Some people have a really hard time letting go of their sport. But what I loved about the sport most was that it taught the values
Yes.
that you take forward into whatever you're doing next. And so for me, there was a big social justice, social
Yes.
development piece of it that I was like, no matter what I do, whether I stay in soccer or whether I go become a doctor or whether I go do this, the values of soccer that it taught me were coming with me.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind. What I miss the most about playing is not the actual playing. It's like the moments with my teammates
Yes.
in the hotel
It's
after the
very
game,
important.
or
I know that.
traveling to somebody,
Yes.
cracks a joke and all those things happen. I miss hanging out with my teammates the
Yeah.
most. I don't miss playing as much because my body hurts.
Wow.
But yeah.
Very good. What about you?
So I'm a little bit different from Lori. I watched the Olympics when I was in second grade. And I remember seeing women playing sport on TV for the very first time. So I saw gymnast Mary Lou Retton win her gold medal. And I saw Jackie Joyner-Kersee win a gold medal for the US, like in track and field. And as a second grader, I was just in front of the TV watching. And from that moment, very young age, I said, I want to go to the Olympics.
Really?
Soccer was not there for women. So it wasn't even about soccer or football.
Just
it was
sport.
just about sport. And the first time watching women on TV compete and look powerful, winning gold medals, representing their country, it was like such a special moment for me
Yeah.
that it lit my heart up. That was like my inspiration from such a young age. And so I think that had always been pushing me to reach my goal. So when it actually happened and I was starting to make teams and getting selected, for like the national team all of a sudden, it was really like a dream because I couldn't believe it was happening already.
Yeah.
And then not too many years later, I was standing on the podium the way and receiving the gold medal in the same manner that I watched my role models, right? And so fast forward into like my life now and my career now, I think about those early days when I had that inspiration that led me to, the success that we had today. And I want to be that person for the young girls again. Or now that I'm a coach at the university level, I want to be a female coach role model, showing, my own players at UCF saying, look, you can be in a leadership role as a woman, right? Even though it's still very much male dominated in the universities. A lot of my colleagues are male, but the women on my team, they can say, oh, look at Tiff, Coach Tiffany, she's in a leadership role. So I think like the players that I coach are my biggest inspiration. And then I have role models like Lori and our older teammates, and then Jackie Joyner-Kersee and these other role models that keep me going every day.
You guys both role model, even for me. Because it's a level. You have the champion. Everybody look at you as a role model, and I know your position, but I need your position now. You said you are coaching now,
Yes.
and now you are in. But you as right now you are in Kuwait as a sport envoy. So what are you doing in this position?
Yeah, we're here to, promote sport and girls' empowerment,
Yes.
right? Like just what I said. Like
Yeah.
these girls need to see women in roles that have been successful, that care, that want to support. Because we were, at an American school today, and the little girls, they weren't that little. They were young girls
women,
that looked at
yeah.
us and said, oh, wait, I want to play football now, right? So, hopefully getting to see us in person and meeting us and learning about maybe the opportunities that are there for them, inspire them now to go do something. And it doesn't have to be about football. It could be just about being leaders in the community.
Yeah, we always been leader. I was a goalie, and goalie, he has to be a leader every time.
Yeah.
Even in his life. I used to just direct people. go there and they can
Yes,
come there. And
yes.
so it will affect us for sure. You're a middle fielder, so you control the game. So
But you're the first attacker.
yeah. But I have to,
Yeah.
save the goal. So,
That too.
so this, actually, I want you also to give us from your experience how to link, the sports and the social. How to link them.
I mean, I think it's funny that you say this because we just had this conversation today about how soccer has taught us like almost everything we know in life, that it's translatable from what you learn being a part of a team and working together. And you have this individual fire that you can make change. You can change the game as an individual, but you can't win anything without your teammates. And how you do in and day out, how you interact with your teammates, how you deal with conflict, how you deal with injuries. When you lose, how do you lose gracefully? How do you lose graciously? How do you win gracefully? All of it, all of the lessons you can take forward. And I think part of it too is that the young girls, when they play sport, there's so many, not just health outcomes that come out of girls playing sport, but there's also the pieces of like the leadership roles that they come into, that girls who play sports become those women who are innovating, who are leading, who are championing things and causes and things that will like help our planet right now, help our communities, help our societies.
What wins means to you?
What does
Winning.
Success.
Success.
It is what Lori just said, really. I know everybody thinks that, oh, I want to play football because I want to win a World Cup, but that's not why I have 2 daughters, and I do not have them play sport because I want them to win a gold medal. I've had them play sport because we're using sport as the tool to teach life lessons.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
So everything that Lori just said, I learned football is my life, and so this is why I put my daughters in sport.
And as I said from the beginning, before the show, we were talking about the sportsmanship. So we are using sportsmanship everywhere. So with everybody, with every thing encounter us, and even in the life, in the real life. My question is, the challenge are you facing in your job now? Yeah.
Well, I work in global health in Africa.
So especially you,
So
Yeah,
right
it's
now
different
there's a lot of challenges with global aid cuts all around the world, and very abruptly you see health systems are falling apart. You see big burdens, health burdens on countries. That impacts the economies of those countries. And so there is a moment where you have to go, this could be catastrophic. So we now all have to go, who do we need to bring together as stakeholders in a room and go, we need to realign our strategy because this isn't there. So how do we get on the community level and go, okay, we're sitting here as us 3. Who else do we need to be talking to who's not here, who should be here? Whose voice needs to be here, that we can sort this out, and so that we can make sure that our children are thriving and not suffering, that our communities have access to healthcare. That's our challenge right now. And so each of us play a specific role in it. I can't do this by myself, but we have to figure out how to link everybody together and go, how can we make sure that communities aren't suffering because of abrupt changes in the environment in terms of global health, in terms of, our planet, all of it.
Too many things.
It's big.
Yeah, I know.
It's very
that.
big.
But we
Overwhelming.
We are a soccer players, so I appreciate what you are doing.
Yes.
What's the message do you think you can give for kids or who want to become a soccer player in women's sports?
Yeah, I think it's to go first, get out there and play. Find out, where are you going to have support from your family? I think it starts from there. Lori and I were very. We grew up in a positive environment where both parents were very supportive and said, "Hey, go play." I have 3 older brothers.
Yeah.
My dad treated me just like the boys. All of you guys go play outside in front. Go compete with each other, right? So, our message to the young girls is to go play sport and enjoy yourself. And, if your dream is to win a gold medal, that's great, but it doesn't have to be about that. It's all of the other lessons that you're going to learn.
So you encourage them to go and play and become a hero like you both.
Yes, why not? And it doesn't have to, it could be a hero in global health.
Yeah, she's a hero. Yeah.
Or a hero
so you are as a coach,
coaching the next generation.
Inshallah, we will be all heroes there. And even people, but first, let's take a break. I give you too many deep questions. So let's take a break and get to you back, okay? أعزائي المشاهدين خلونا ناخذ مو بريك، خلونا ناخذ شوي فاصل ونرجع لكم، وخلنا ناخذ استراحة ونرجع لكم بعد هذا الفاصل. رجعنا لكم بعد هذا الفاصل. يعني شوية تدرون شوية قاعد نسولف وهذا وحشتوني بالعربي، بس شو أسوي، لازم الحين أقلب بالإنجليزي. Lori, we'll come back after break.
Thank you.
My question for you, it's who was the particular figure who influenced you to go for soccer? Sometime we have like, a superstar player. Who was that?
It's funny because I have older siblings too. I have an identical twin sister, and then there's 3 others above me, and all of them played sports, and my brothers played soccer, but we were involved in every sport. Our schedules were full with all the sports. All sports. And then we also we were playing piano. We would go to watch plays and orchestra and all of this. Like it was a really cultured upbringing. Soccer was always my favorite. And I don't know why. It was like where I got all of my energy out. So I was just naturally just attracted to soccer. Now, I think we didn't get to watch a lot of soccer on television.
Really?
No, because back then, there was certainly no women's soccer and no women playing.
Even men.
And men's soccer, there was nothing in the United States, so we had old tapes that you could put in and see. You could see things that were taped, but you could see like Franz Beckenbauer and it was old stuff. Pelé, we didn't really get to see very much of. Or
until the World Cup.
Until the World Cup, yeah. When the World Cup in 1994 came, Brazil was training near my house because they played in California. The first round games they played.
Yes.
So I remember going to Santa Clara University and watching the Brazil men's team play. And there was a 17, 16-year-old boy with braces on his teeth. And it was Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And but I loved... My favorite player at the time, I remember watching a tape, and it was Paolo Maldini.
Maldini.
And I watched him.
Italian player.
And I watched him run down the field and slide tackle someone from behind perfectly. And the guy went flying, and he pops up, and he goes the other way with the ball. And I was like, that's my favorite player. Yeah. And I'm now an AC Milan fan.
Really?
So I'm AC Milan fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you get started?
I got started.
Yeah, it's the same situation, or
just because I have older brothers, and my father was.
So did you just play with them?
His parents are from England, and so football was already on my dad's side. My mom's
England is football.
Yeah, England is football. So his father played football. So when it was time, he put all the kids in, but multiple sports. So I ran track, I did gymnastics, I did soccer. So we did a lot of sports as well.
how did you make a balancing between professional and your life, real life,
It's funny because
when you were player?
well, growing up, my mom said, because my dad was supportive, my mom was like iffy. She said it wasn't the issue of, well, soccer is a boys' sport. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was that she was very much into the academics. So she said, you can't play
All
soccer.
mom like this.
Yeah. This is what a Chinese mom will do,
Yeah.
right? And my dad was like European mix. Yeah. My mom just said, you can't play soccer unless you get straight A's. Like,
Straight A's.
yeah. So I was like, okay. So I just said, okay, this is an easy decision then. I'll just go get straight A's so that I can play soccer. And that was like, so when you do that though, you make a conscious decision. And I enjoyed school, but I wasn't like, but I was like, I wanted to get the A's so that I could play soccer because that was what my mom had said. And then it teaches you a little bit of management,
Yeah.
right? So
This
by
is-
the time you
this
get
is-
to professional life,
By the way,
it's
this is-
discipline.
this is how to pass this information or this experience to youngers.
Yeah.
How to manage between make a balance between her studies and their studies and.
Yeah. I think there are multiple ways of doing it.
But
I don't think that's the only
kids,
way.
your kids like this now.
My kids,
You can.
my kids, they will have to, when they come home, they have to do their work first before they
okay.
go outside.
Okay.
But sometimes that's not possible.
Yeah.
But my kids are also, I have two boys. They both play football, and they both are pretty good students. But I also we have a funny relationship because the boys are they just want to like come home and like blow up everything, So it takes a lot for them to sit down and actually do their work first and then go and play.
Okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
still, you have the experience how to manage these things.
Yes, but I'm not like them.
You
So-
don't like them.
Like everybody's different in how they manage their time.
Okay.
And so if I know my brain works at one point in time better on homework and it doesn't work very well on homework this time, I'm going to go play here and I'll do my homework over here. know?
Excuse me, I'm going to ask you another question, but for you, because this something struck me. What you going to say for the parents who don't let their kids to go and play sports and sometimes we have good players,
Very
but
good.
they stop going because of parents,
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah. It's hard. That's a hard situation. I think as a parent,
Yeah.
I know that my kids are going to be different than me. They are not me reincarnated, That's not a little me there.
Yeah.
They are their own person.
Yeah, okay, no
and
problem.
what I want for them, my wish for them, is that they find joy, they find happiness, and they do something healthy. I don't care what it is that they have to do it, but they have to move. They have to move their bodies. They have to be
but-
out there and doing their best at something.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
But if they are good players
Yeah. If they're
and they
good
can,
players. Do they love it,
represent
though?
their country,
Do they love it?
yeah, they love to.
Then they love it.
They like,
Yeah.
They like to play, but sometimes parents don't let them to go.
Yeah.
Because of studying and too many like your mother.
But it
You
doesn't.
understand?
I think it doesn't
get my
have to
point.
be. It doesn't have to be an either or.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it can. If you can find a way for it to be a both and not an either or,
Okay.
then find that
okay,
first.
okay.
Make that first.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to an either or, then you must make the decision. But don't start saying either this or that.
Yeah. You kill.
So yeah, because it also kills your spirit.
Yeah.
When you want something so bad, when you want to play soccer so bad,
Yeah.
and you get told no, you can't, it kills your spirit,
Let's go for another topic.
Topic.
Tell us about the Olympic atmosphere and the Olympic life.
Olympics?
The Olympic life. When I know that you.
That
both
was a long
have it.
time ago.
Yeah. I mean, just explain your describe your feeling in that time and how the life it's.
Back then it was, we didn't have a professional league. So we were not preparing by playing in our teams, professional teams.
Yeah.
So in order to develop and to train together and get prepared for the Olympics, we had to move. All of us leave our homes and move together and train every day.
Okay.
So we did this in Florida, actually. So we all moved from our homes, and I was very young. Like, I was in high school only.
Oh.
This is for the first World Cup for me, but then
Okay.
Olympics next year.
Okay, very good.
So we all moved together, and on a daily basis, we were training the whole coaching staff. So we had a whole staff, not as big as the staff today for the U.S. team. Now there's a lot more resources, but yeah, it was a training every day and preparation every day, and we lived together, and we became a very, very strong family. And so this helped us prepare and helped us be successful. But I don't think we would have won the Olympics in '96 if we did not have some failure in 1995. So the year before, we actually lost. We lost in the semifinal to Norway. So after having some failure, we reviewed how we did our training, how we did our preparation, our coaches analyzed everything. And then that next year when we came back together to prepare, we improved in our preparation. And I think that loss became success the next year.
Just describe for me the feeling of
Yes.
having, the gold medal.
Yeah, that's
Just tell me this feeling.
the feeling. I
You know,
told you I
it's-
had this dream
It's a
when I was
country.
younger.
It's a country. You represent
Yes.
your country. It's not easy.
I will never forget when you win and the final whistle blows and we all come together and we're celebrating and we're jumping on each other. Like, there's no feeling, like, it's almost like a relief because you've
it's a
been
relief.
you've been working so hard and you're so
Yes.
tired and you cannot believe this is happening. And then you go back into the locker room and you have to put on your what is it called? There's
It's a tracksuit.
the outfit that you put on for
Yeah.
the podium.
Yeah.
I know.
The podium presentation. And so when we went in the locker room to put on our podium outfit,
Yes.
we came back out and the stands, this is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
There was, I think, 76,000 people in the stands. It was nighttime. And everybody's taking photos.
Yes.
Back then, like a camera,
Yeah.
And so the flashes look like stars all over the stadium.
Yeah.
And so to walk through, it was just like this feeling of like just unbelievable feeling. But walking with your teammates,
Oh.
you feel so proud and then getting up on the
Hugging
podium,
each other, crying.
putting the medal
Yeah.
around. I mean, we were crying.
Yeah.
We were singing so loud. We were just so proud and
Very good.
relieved and excited. And it was
Very
just
good.
the beginning, though. It was
Yeah.
just the beginning.
Yeah, but I want to know that first feeling. That's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, these things,
Nothing's like that.
This feeling, we need to pass it for the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
That if you want to come, get the champion and to
Yeah.
become a hero, you have to have but you have to build yourself with training, good training, and good everything. What personal and professional goals are you aiming for in the near future for you both?
Go ahead, Tiara.
Even in your field, in
Yeah.
coaching and
Yeah.
here in.
I'm actually, I'm in my dream job right now.
You like to be coach.
I love being a coach of a university team.
Very good.
And so I love my job because I'm working with 18-year-old to 21, 22-year-old women. And this is just a time in their life where they're away from home for the first time. So I'm like their mom,
Yeah.
but I'm a tough mom.
Yeah.
And again, it's like they're learning how to manage their life for the first time away from home. And I love going through this period with them, And so as far as my goals professionally, I think I'm doing what I want to do. I also coach with my husband. So being able to coach with my husband and it being a family affair is very fun for us, and we really enjoy doing it together. But I think my goals really doing the stuff that we're doing here. Everyday job, I love working with our student athletes, but then in addition to that, it's how are we inspiring? How are we supporting the next, the younger generation? How am I supporting maybe younger female coaches that want to move up the ladder,
Good.
So for me, I'm a little bit older now, so I feel more that myself isn't about climbing the ladder. It's more about how do I support younger people, younger women, younger girls into helping their dreams come true.
Very good. What about you?
It's funny because I feel like it's echoing the same sentiment. Like, I don't feel like I love my job right now because it connects me on a global level, and I'm able to connect what's going on at a very community level, and saying, how can we affect change here that is bigger than just one person teaching one person something? It's like affecting the person, the family, the community structures, the systems, the government systems around them, and the culture around everything. And then how does that feed? A lot of times it's very, in the world we live in, it's very top down. Here's a policy and we do this, right? And that is effective. And there is effective from the bottom up as well. And so where I sit right now is that I'm a little bit a bridge builder. And it seems like the bridge building is a lot what we need right now, in terms of like solving these big, big complex problems. The environment, for one, it's affecting everyone. And if we think that we're immune to it, we're not, and we're not going to see that. So for me, I love the challenge of bringing the right people together in the right way. And this is, you could say this about a tournament, right?
Yeah.
How do you put the right pieces together in just the right way where you're going to affect change that's going to last for generations, right?
What is the sport in that?
Sport is the catalyst. It can absolutely, and not all of the organizations and youth that I work with, not all of them are sports organizations.
I know, but you have to use it
But
as
there's
a vehicle.
always, and whenever you go to a community, what you will notice, wherever you go, whether it's in Southern Africa, whether it's around here, there's always, you go to a city or a town or a village or a little community, there is a place to pray and there is a place to play.
Yeah, very good.
Everywhere.
Good.
And these are the two things that are like, there's a place to practice your spirituality, whatever that may be, and there's a place to go play football. That should say something about where our priorities should be, right?
Very perfect. What's the match that, is still in your mind? There was like, it's flashing. So, it's like, give you, it's a good moment.
A good moment.
A very nice moment for you. You were like superstar.
It's a long time ago. Probably in the Olympics, actually.
Against?
Not the World Cup, against Norway. So I had mentioned that Norway, 1995.
Okay.
So Norway beat us in the World Cup in 1995. So in the semifinal, okay? So in the following year in 1996, we play Norway again in the semifinal. And so, because we lost, there was this new feeling of redemption,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
In the Olympics, and it was our opportunity. And so my coach told me that I had to mark the best player in the world.
Oh.
And that was my job for that game.
Take her out of the game.
So you just play for this player.
Yeah.
But
Just
it's
follow
the
him.
strategy, right?
Yeah.
Get that
Because
player out of the game.
the year before, this one woman, she won the game for Norway.
Oh.
Best player in the world. And so what my coach decided was, you're going to just take this player out of the game.
Oh.
And so that was a big responsibility, but I was excited for the responsibility. And
if you want somebody on your team who's going to run through a brick wall for you,
Really?
that's Tiff.
Really?
Like you always want Tiff on your team because she is like one of the most mentally tough players out there. So it's like,
Good.
It's like if you know that you're going to need somebody to shut a player down and will never give up, you know that somebody, I mean, she's little, but she's tough.
She's the one.
She's tough. Yeah. That's
Very
the one
good.
you pick.
I like
And
this
so
kind of players.
And so the coach was like, well, look, we lost last year. What are we going to do this year to make sure it doesn't happen again? We're going to mark the best player with Tiff.
So what was the score?
I don't remember.
But you
Isn't that
won.
funny?
We won.
It's like,
I don't
Very
remember.
good.
It might have been 2-1 or 1-0, but I just remember the feeling when we won, because we, dog pile, like everyone come together on top of each other.
Good.
But it felt good because I wasn't always like the starter on the team, right? Like this is a lesson that I like to teach kids is sometimes the coach won't ask you be in the starting 11.
Yes.
So how do you respond as a player on the bench?
Yes.
Right? Like, are you going to sit there? Are you going to complain? Are you going to make bad remarks about your coach?
Yeah.
Right? Or are you going to be ready when the time comes?
It's very good.
And so this is something I like to teach the kids, because if I had a bad attitude and then the next time the coach says, hey, you're marking the best player in the world, I wouldn't have been ready. But because my teammates matter the most to me, I kept them in mind no matter if I'm in the 11, if I'm ready to come to the bench or off the bench. Like, you have to be ready when the time comes.
And this how to teach your players now when you coach them.
Yeah.
So even you are not playing in the 11, so it will be So I think we were talking too much. I let them just talk without drink any water. So let's take break and have little water and come again. خلونا نطلع فاصل ونرجع لكم نكمل حلقتنا اللي باجي لها القليل. بعد الفاصل راجع لكم. رجعنا لكم بعد هذا الفاصل، يمكن الفاصل الأخير، وبتكلم طبعا أكيد في الإنجليزي. You both, I'm gonna ask you one question. You've been in some places just in a couple of days. You are now here and a couple of days coming. So I know that you have a tight schedule and you will have visits in different places. And thank you in advance for your visits and your cooperation. I would also like to thank the Kuwait, the U.S. Embassy in Kuwait, and the steward and Mr. Adel, everybody there, and how they make this happen. What's your advice after you visit the Kuwait Football Association, and you will have another visit? What do you think about the women's soccer in Kuwait? What's your advice to start a good start with women's soccer?
First of all, quickly, we see the passion.
Very good.
The passion is there.
Okay.
People want to promote it. And so now it's just about building a structure.
Yes.
And we've been talking about taking baby steps.
Yeah, no problem.
Right?
No problem.
So
Let's start.
Yeah, so just taking baby steps and having a structure and having access and support for the young girls to start playing. Whether it starts in schools.
Yeah.
Right. So it's probably starting in schools.
Very good. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I mean, it's simple but hard at the same time.
Simple but hard.
People will say, let them play. It's not a let them play. Yeah. Create the space for them to play.
Very good.
They want to play. Yeah. And you don't have to pause to analyze everything. Yes. You can still do things like while you're building the ship.
Yes.
You can still go.
Yes.
Like you don't have to build everything and pause all of the play, Even something little, have them play everywhere, Just have them play, whether it's in an individual school. You could start small, do it like that.
You mean to create a good atmosphere for them and environment.
Wherever, whether it's in schools, maybe it's just one school you start, then 2 schools, whatever, or a small cadre of schools. But then you need to build the structures, but don't build the structure and then like wait till the structure's all built to start playing. Like the kids can play while it's being built.
Guys, thank you very much. This is very, honor from me, even the program, Kuwait, everybody, to having you in Kuwait first and in my program. It's really, I appreciate it. I get too many information. Even I am in the field, but really like to be with you, with all feeling, with everything. At the same time, I wish you good luck in Kuwait, all visits and everywhere. And thank you again. If you need anything to say, the floor for you.
I'm just going to say it's been an honor to meet you and to actually have conversation like this with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love your country already. And we've only been here for a few days.
For sure. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
You have to go
UCF.
Yes. All the best for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
أعزائي المشاهدين، طبعا احنا بعد هذه الحلقة يمكن شفتوا اليوم كانت هناك كثير من الأحاديث تكلمنا فيها. تكلمنا عن أكثر من شيء، تكلمنا عن المسؤولية المجتمعية، تكلمنا عن أمور تخص الرياضة النسائية، تكلمنا عن ماذا بعد الرياضة، ماذا بعد كرة القدم. تكلمنا أنهم أبطال وحققوا ميداليات وحققوا كثير من الإنجازات لدولتهم. أتمنى أن يكون عندنا هناك أبطال وبطلات أيضا يمثلون على المستوى الرياضي في دولة الكويت، وأتمنى أن يتم هذا التواصل ولا يعني مع الولايات المتحدة، خاصة فيما يتعلق في الشأن الرياضي، فيما يتعلق أيضا في كرة القدم النسائية. وإن شاء الله يتم هذا التعاون الثقافي والرياضي وكل التعاونات إن شاء الله معنا. وأنا بالأخير أقول لكم الله يعطيكم العافية ومشكورين على المتابعة، ونشوفكم في حلقات قادمة. مع السلامة.